Well, howdy there. Francis here with the Texas Roadrunner channel. This is another video on a series that I did with the Texas Highway 90 Part 2 road trip. And this time we're in Del Rio. We're going to head on out of Del Rio, Texas and go to Langtry, Texas to see the Judge Roy Bean's facility. And we'll stop along the way to see a few little interesting sights. But for those who don't know of Judge Roy Bean, he was one of those colorful characters of the American Wild West. And he's kind of like made himself a judge out there at one time. You might remember the movie with Paul Newman. Now the movie obviously highly dramatized his life, right? So right here is the real Judge Bean, and believe it or not, he did have a pet bear. So I grabbed something off Wikipedia just to read off real quick about his life, and then we'll hit into the video. Of course, he was born in 1825. He passed away in 1903. He became, well, self-proclaimed Justice of the Peace in Val Verde County, which is where Del Rio is, and Del Rio is the county seat of Val Verde right now. And he's been portrayed in a lot of Western films. The most notable one is the one with Paul Newman back in 1969. I remember that movie as a kid. It's a good movie. If you can find it, rent it or whatever, because it's really good. He was actually born in Kentucky, and he and his brother made their way into the San Diego area of California. In fact, his brother became the first mayor of San Diego. And then, let's see, during the Civil War, the Confederate Army took over parts of New Mexico, and he did some business with the Confederate Army at that time, you know, selling like lumber and other trade goods. And then, let's see, he was married to a 18-year-old girl, Virginia Chavez. And after his marriage, he got arrested for aggravated assault. And well, let's just say he got into a little bit more trouble too. Let's say, oh yeah, he got into some more trouble, but he got himself out of it. Let's see, he wound up again being a merchant, selling supplies to the railroad workers as the railroad was moving its way west. And so he set up shop in an area close to Langtry, Fort Stockton. Fort Stockton we'll probably get to on a part 3 of the Texas Highway road trip series. But something happened. He had to move to an area where is now Langtry. So he took over a bar there, and that's where he decided to set up his law practice with an old Texas law book. And he was kind of infatuated with this actress named Lily Langtry, and in fact we'll go into a little bit more about that during the tour. He never did get to meet her, but she heard about him and sent him a pair of Colt 45 pistols, which are on display at the museum there. But they never met. And he really didn't have a jail outside that saloon except for a big logging chain. I guess they chained up the prisoner to it or whatever. But, you know, he was known for some wild antics. Number one, he did have a pet bear, believe it or not. And he usually fined people for whatever money they had left on them. For example, Here's a good example. It's kind of a little weird. This is kind of one of his weird rulings. Where is it? I had it right in front of me. Oh, this is interesting. He found a dead man, right? This railroad worker died, and he did bury him, but he found him for some crazy reason. So he took 20 bucks off the body, and the coroner, not the coroner, but the, you know, the people who bury people. Come on, the funeral director or funeral person at the time, he got another 10 bucks out of the court ruling. Let's see. Oh, like I said, he was known as a hanging judge, but he only sentenced 2 people to hangings. 1 got away, but he really wasn't, you know, a real hanging judge. You know, you stole $10, you got hung for it. No, it's mainly, you know, horse thieves. Okay, and usually in that area, if you were caught and the horses were turned over, the case was dismissed. That's how things were back then. Well, anyway, why don't we just get on to the video and head on out there. I'll see you on the road. Okay, welcome to another adventure. I know. I'm trying to catch up. So let's hit the road. We're gonna head west on Highway 90 out of Del Rio. Goodbye, Del Rio. But first, we have to stop at Checkpoint Charlie. Yes, Mexico is just down the street, basically. No, we're not. Settle down. We stopped here before. I'll just leave the link below. It's a really cool state park. But we'll stop here at the Pecos River Bridge. I think at one time it was the highest bridge in the state of Texas. A lot of folks from Del Rio would come down for entertainment and watch the construction workers, obviously on the weekends. I found some YouTube anglers with their videos fishing this part of the river. May have to try it sometime, or maybe do this. Maybe when I come back. Maybe not. Maybe not this. But the water sure is beautiful. And on the other side is a rest stop. Pretty nice for the views. But we will get back on the road and head west again on Highway 90. And then about 15 minutes later on the right, you'll see this spooky structure. It looks like it could have been an old motel at one time. Let's check it out. Yep, I thought it was haunted. A lot of graffiti. At least it's a good place to stretch your legs for a little while. If I'm gonna have a picnic, I'm gonna go back east to that rest stop. Looks like the manager's office. So I'm pretty sure this was a motel at one time. I'm sure the local kids come here to party on weekend nights. At least that's my guess. Oh man, not you again. But we'll hit the road again and continue west on Highway 90. And then take a left turn, I think it's State Highway 25, to Langtry, Texas. There's not really very much out here. In fact, it was for sale at one time. I think in the late 90s, I'm sorry, late 80s, early 90s. I'm not really sure what's up now. But we're gonna stop here. This is the travel center that houses the judge's, you know, home and his court. But just looking around, you can see some more pitiful housing. But at least there is one place you can go to get something cool to drink. And then just across the street is the travel center I mentioned. So let's go on in. And you'll first notice it's kind of a mix of a gift store, an information center, and also a little museum. Here's the judge's pistol. And if you're a criminal, you might be wearing one of these. Let's go out to the courthouse area and take a look around. Yeah, don't mess with Texas or the judge will hang you. I did notice they had a nice cactus garden area. That looks like some kind of aloe vera or agave. I really don't know. At least they had some name signs on some of these. Prickly pear, I know that one. And I really don't know about these guys. So it's time to head on out of the cactus garden and take a look at his saloon and courthouse and his home. These are the type of folks he would have to deal with. First, we'll take a look at his courthouse and saloon. A lot of crazy cases were heard here, like one of these, perhaps. I told you he had some crazy rulings at his bench. I mean his bar, or his bar and bench. I guess this corner held the pool table, but there was no pool table there, but I thought I saw the legs of the pool table. Let's check out his home. I think this may be a reconstruction because I'm almost positive it wasn't that nice back in his day. I heard he usually slept on the pool table, but I do see a bed there. Well, there's end of that tour. Let's hit the road again, back to Del Rio. There's Ruthie's Rentals, or the entrance of, to my cabin, which is really just a mobile home overlooking the lake. And then I put in for the night. Okay, we're back. I hope you enjoyed that video of the tour of Judge Roy Bean's place in Langtry, Texas, and learning about another one of those colorful characters of the Texas Wild West. I mean, he was really an interesting person. I think we only have one more video left of this series of the Texas Highway 90 Part 2. We'll get to that next week or the week after. And then, of course, after that starts my series on when I went to Florida. So until next time, you guys be safe out there and take care. I'm Francis Kiefel, and I approved this video.